Andrew Forrest, thanks for joining us. How long will it take for green hydrogen to become a major energy source?
I think we'll get it done in this decade. There's so many other countries moving on this. We're seeing Queensland and New South Wales really proactive, South Australia are really proactive. I think once the federal government comes over the line, then you'll see Australia move really fast.
Now, COP26, the UN climate conference, is coming up in a matter of weeks, but the federal government has yet to set a target of net zero by 2050. What do you think about that?
Look, I think it would be a cop-out to not go to COP26, and it would be a cop-out to not set a COP26 target. I think it's really in the best interest of every single Australian. We're putting very serious capital down because it's a great economic opportunity, but also to prove that Australia does not need to be left behind. While those countries who are really investing heavily all have 2050 neutrality targets, we're taking the risk that our government doesn't. I think people are now seeing that if a big locally grown company like Fortescue is waiting in boots and all, this must be absolutely real. And I can assure every Australian it is absolutely real.
You've had some harsh words for National Party politicians. What is your view of the National Party? They've not signed up, they've not agreed yet to this target of net zero by 2050.
Well, I think basically you don't get unanimity in everything in a big, noisy, colourful democracy like Australia, and that means, of course, within political parties as well, there'll be holdouts, but I think generally the National Party is reasonably well led. Barnaby understands the economic pragmatism and the huge opportunity for regional Australia. In fact, that the biggest opportunity in the country is for regional Australia by a COP26 neutrality target. And so I'm saying, look, fall into line with your leaders team, because they actually have given me the time, they've asked me the questions, and they've judged me by my actions even more than my words.
If we move to Scope 3 emissions, you've set ambitious targets for your customers to reduce their pollution. How are you going to enforce it?
Oh, because we live in a commercial world, so we don't have to sell to people who don't care about global warming. But we haven't seen that in our customers. All our customers all over the world deeply care about the climate. They deeply care about the future which they're going to leave their own children. So I feel really confidently that by 2040 this will all be old hat, that everyone would have moved over, and we'll be looking back at this period as quite a silly period the world went through, where we debated, if you've got the ability to go completely green with a high standard of living at a great economic cost, why wouldn't you? And it'll just be seen as an era of debate and uncertainty which the world went through, but by 2040 we'll be looking back at that as a kind of unique, kind of uncertain, cute time which thankfully is behind us.
Andrew Forrest, thanks for your time.
Thank you.